Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, female genital mutilation is one cultural practice that has continued to undermine the realization of the potential of our womenfolk. Indeed, it undermines the participation of girls in education, and in addition, it has harmful health consequences. In recognition of this fact, I did make a personal commitment to lead the war to end female genital mutilation. I'm pleased to inform this gathering on the progress that we have made to curb this harmful practice, and I want to applaud cultural as well as religious leaders, especially from the Borana, Samburu, and Pokot communities, who have made bold public declarations to eliminate FGM and child marriages. And I note in particular the Kesima Declaration in Samburu, which I personally witnessed. Gender-based violence violates women's basic human rights. It undermines women's productivity and it diminishes their self-worth. Gender-based violence also has serious and disruptive spillover effects on our children. As a country, we are proud to co-lead the Global Action Coalition on advancing gender equality and ending all forms of gender-based violence. And indeed, last June, during the Paris Generation Equality Forum, we announced a set of bold commitments to address systemic barriers that allow gender-based violence to thrive in Kenya. And to date, we have recognized some progress towards the fight against gender-based violence. First, we have developed guidelines for the management of county gender-based violence recovery centers to ensure that survivors have access to quality essential services. Second, in October of last year, we launched the integrated policy response to gender-based violence for the National Police Service, and the policy would steer the National Police Service in the establishment, management, and operations of one-stop centers to provide survivors with comprehensive legal, psychosocial, as well as health support. And third, an anti-FGM prosecution unit that has been set up in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. So, ladies and gentlemen, while the government will continue to strengthen the laws and regulations to address gender-based violence, it is incumbent upon all of us as individuals and society to protect our women and girls. These are our daughters, our sisters, and our loved ones. I must at this stage refer to what was referred to here, because without a doubt that was a very disheartening thing to see, and it is only one of others that have occurred across this country, we must be honest. And yesterday, I did give instructions and I have ordered a crackdown on all Boda Boda operators starting here in Nairobi and moving across the country. And the reason I have just chosen just to pause, just to refer to this, is because I know with this, and because we're in the silly season of politics, there are some out there who will go out and start saying the government is harassing small traders, small business people. There is nothing further from the truth. We want to see our young people succeed in their businesses. There is no government that has done more to support our young people in trying to foster their businesses. There is no government that has done what we have done to help these Boda Bodas in terms of reducing the price of these motorbikes. And we have seen the number and how they have flourished across the country. That was not done because we wanted to kill their business. We wanted to promote their business. We wanted to ensure that they are able to earn a decent daily wage, which is still our commitment. We applaud the many wonderful young men, and in some cases women, who ride these motorbikes and do great service to this country, delivering people who ordinarily would have had to walk long distances, that last mile, where a bus or a matatu will not go, and helping passengers with their luggage to get to their doorsteps. We know the great work that they are doing in terms of helping us achieve a truly digital economy through delivery of goods across our country using Boda Bodas, actually really boosting our digital economy. We have heard of many heroic stories of young men who have come to the rescue of women and people in distress voluntarily and returning even goods that people have left behind. This we cherish, we love, and we want to support, and we shall continue to support. But friends, that is not a license for you and your motorbike to harass pedestrians by driving on pedestrian walkways and chasing them back off onto the road. It's not a license that allows for a Boda Boda to be used to do drive-by shootings or to break vehicles' windows and harass motorists along the road. And most definitely, it is not a license for you to strip and remove dignity from our women. No. No. We want to work together with you. We want to help your business prosper. But you must also do your bit, kwa sababu wateja wenu ni hawa wakina mama. Watakuwa wateja wenu kwa njia gani ikiwa nyinyi wenyewe mnawatokosea heshima vile mumewakosea? We cannot be a society that allows that. Na mimi nauliza viongozi, tafuteni hawa wabaya katikati yenu muwaondoe. We are going to re-register you all again, and we must make sure. Kwa hivyo, wale wanataka kupiga siasa, wapige siasa. Sisi tunajua tunalinda maisha na mali na haswa wakina mama wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, na tutafanya hivyo. So as I have said, I have instructed the law enforcement officers to use the instruments within the law to punish these perpetrators. And there should never be a repeat of what we saw, for this is a blight on the entire Kenyan society. We have many reasons to celebrate, and let me just outline a few. Recognizing that education is a best buy for gender equality and empowerment, we have sustained a focus on girls' education and have now achieved gender parity at both primary and secondary school levels. Today, we are proud that every girl child has equal opportunities as the boy child to enroll in school, remain in school, and pursue a career of her choice. We celebrate also the major strides we have made on universal health care and the health gains that we have registered for women and children. Between 2008 and 2020, we recorded a significant decline in key maternal and child health indicators, including under 5 mortality, fertility rate, and maternal mortality. Further, life expectancy at birth has increased to about 67 years, with women living longer than men. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, women in Kenya continue to shatter the leadership glass ceiling. A year ago, I was proud to appoint Judge Martha Koome as the first female Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. 1/3 of my cabinet has been composed of women, some in strategic portfolios, including defense, lands, foreign affairs, energy, to name but a few. And an increasing number of women continue to assume positions of leadership in academia, but also in public and private sectors. We continue to strengthen women's economic empowerment with a focus on vulnerable but entrepreneurial women. And since 2013, through the Women Enterprise Fund, for example, over 20 billion Kenya shillings has been dispersed to over 1 million women enterprises across our country. And since the implementation of our new constitution in 2010, various legislations have been enacted to advance gender equality. Among the most notable is the Matrimonial Property Act of 2013, which safeguards women's property rights, the Land Act and the Land Registration Act, which secures women's land rights, the Prevention Against Domestic Violence Act of 2015, as well as the Election Offences Act 2016 to protect women against violence during elections. Ladies and gentlemen, it is notable, yes, that we have made significant progress in empowering our women folk, but we cannot say that we have achieved all our objectives, and therefore we cannot rest on our laurels. There are still outstanding systemic, structural, and cultural barriers, as well as regional disparities to address. A continuous focus on gender issues is therefore a priority for my administration and should be so even for future administrations. To enable girls from poor backgrounds to stay in school, we have ensured that at least 50% of scholarships are allocated to girls. In 2020, for example, out of 4,811 out of 9,000 scholarships were awarded to girls. And in addition, the government allocates annually about 400 million Kenya shillings to ensure that girls in public schools have access to free sanitary towels. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here today on the theme gender equality, today for a sustainable tomorrow. And this recognizes that climate change as well as environmental degradation pose an existential threat to the planet. However, while everyone is threatened, it is the world's poorest and those in vulnerable situations, especially women and girls, who bear the brunt of climate-related social economic effects. All the evidence underscores the vital link between gender, social equity, and climate change, and recognizes that without gender equality, a sustainable future will remain out of reach. In the last 5 years, Kenya has witnessed severe as well as prolonged droughts and the worst locust outbreak in 25 years, while rising water levels in the Rift Valley have also displaced thousands of people. Women have been disproportionately affected because of their central role in crop and livestock production. Women walk long distances to look for water, and they have left behind children and small livestock whom they are forced to look after, while men move away in search of scarce pasture and water in pastoral communities. And they also bear the brunt of the national resource-based conflicts, as we have seen in parts of our country. But women are not just victims of climate change. I do believe, as we have heard today, that they are also part of the solution. As agents of change to mitigate climate change and to strengthen resilience and adaptability, we have a strong platform for women to be at the forefront of sustainability. Actions we have taken to strengthen women empowerment, improve their ownership of assets such as land, and to increase their control of financial resources have consolidated the role of women as change makers. we now need to harness that capacity by putting women and girls at the center of our climate change initiatives. This includes initiatives on climate financing, new technologies, as well as training. I applaud the many women in Kenya who are at the forefront in leading sustainability initiatives across the country. They include women groups, such as a group in Marsabit that is working with World Vision and the Kenya Forestry Service to promote regreening and reforestation initiatives. I also note a number of people who have also key executives, such as Rebecca Miano, a leader in the generation of renewable energy, as well as innovators such as Nora Magero, the founder and CEO of Drop Access, a youth-led social enterprise that develops practical and affordable energy solutions. Nora has developed the VaxiBox, a portable solar-powered refrigerator that is easily mounted on a bicycle or motorbike to safely transport and store medical as well as food supplies. So to them, we give our congratulations as we encourage more of our women and girls to participate in climate change activities. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I would like to also recognize our women trailblazers who champion gender equality and the empowerment of women in the early years of our independence and after our independence. Their bold, tireless, and unheralded work paved the way and set the pace for the great progress we witness today on gender equality. I want to thank, through you, Margaret Kobia, the Department for Gender, for organizing visits to these women and encouraging younger women to draw instructive lessons from these pace setters. We as a country advance when we learn from the past and use the lessons as a springboard to build a better future. In this spirit, today we shall be conferring awards to celebrate women and girls who have done exemplary work in their respective fields to promote gender equality and the empowerment of women. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate now you, Margaret Kenyatta, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, and the Kenya School of Government for setting up the Margaret Kenyatta Institute for Gender and Social Development. This institution will be critical in ensuring that we maintain and protect the gains that we have made on gender equality and provide leadership in identifying, addressing emerging challenges as they arise. An urgent program the Institute could immediately take up is to provide leadership in helping our Kenyan girls recover the education losses arising from the pandemic that we have just come through, and to support our women regain livelihoods, and to develop strategies for putting women at the center of a green and sustainable post-COVID recovery agenda. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let me state that we are proud of our past achievements and we remain confident about scaling the heights on gender equality as we progress into the future. I wish you all today a very happy International Women's Day 2022. Mungu awabariki, awalinde na tutaendelea hivyo hivyo. Asanteni sana.